Welcome back once again. Of course, the sun is not actually shining in Gloucester County, but we welcome you to the Roadrunner Gym for Game 2 of 4 in the 2025 Roadrunner Classic. It's the Eastern JV Eagles and the RCSJ-Gloucester Roadrunners. I'm joined by Maddox Marker on the production today as well. This is a bit of uncharted territory for RCSJ, as they have only played one out-of-region game. And well, Eastern was a late addition to the Roadrunner Classic. It was originally supposed to be Williamson Trade in Pennsylvania, but with a couple of last-second dropouts, Eastern stepped up and ended up being the fourth team in this tournament. So their JV team will be playing today, and just for a preface, we don't have any stats that I can pull from for JV teams. So as it goes, we'll do the best we can for information on backgrounds and whatnot, but we'll have a little bit more for RCSJ just because we have a baseline to work off of. Starting lineups are being introduced, and I'll tell you, this is going to be an interesting game just because of how unknown the bar is. Is RCSJ going to come out of the gate swinging, or will Eastern put up a fight with their JV team? You never know, because Eastern is an NCAA Division III, but they've got a young head coach, and John Bird's quite a young head coach as well in his first season with the Roadrunners, taking over for two-year head coach before him, Brandon Williams. As well, the starting lineup for Eastern, the Eastern Eagles. I'm going to have to restrain myself from calling them the Eastern Vikings like they are in the New Jersey high school world. But John Mallory, Samad Powell, Chris Venable, Zion Howard, and Stu Long are your starters for the Eagles. And for the Roadrunners, it's a pretty similar starting five to what we've seen earlier in this season from first-year head coach John Bird. It's the Kingsway grad, Desir Williams-Bay, the Lenape grad, Ace Lassiter, Hajir Davis out of Winslow, Kassir Baker out of Triton, and Aiden Cranmer out of West Deptford, all five South Jersey Hoopers. It's a bit of a pretty bread and butter starting lineup for RCSJ, as we'll see how they attack this Eastern offense with Hajir Davis. I mean, it's a small lineup tonight, and you're going to see that in full form. Honestly, Eastern's looking like quite a small lineup as well, so this could be a high-scoring game with a lot of shots taken, a lot of shots from beyond the arc, and a good opportunity to make things known, make statements known here in Game 2 of 4 of the Roadrunner Classic. The third-place game to be played at 2 o'clock tomorrow, the championship game to be played at 4 o'clock tomorrow on Sunday, or check that, Saturday, December the 6th. Eastern on the right side in black jerseys with white number outlines and a very light hint of that maroon that we're used to with Eastern. RCSJ on the left in their home whites, blue and yellow jersey numbers and accents. We are up and away as this one gets away from Hajir Davis, and that's how this ball game starts here in Sewell, New Jersey. Davis, bounce pass to Baker at the top of the key. Moves out for Ace Lassiter. Scored 24 points the last time we saw the Roadrunners in an 80-79 loss to Ocean County on a thrilling last-second shot, as Eastern will bring this one up the floor for Zion Howard. Top of the key. Moving out to Venable. Near corner three, good! The big man, Stu Long, knocks it down from Long in the near corner, and it's 3-0 Eagles. Eastern with an early press. Again, coming in, I guess you could say, as the underdogs because of the fact they are this JV team of an NCAA program. As that one gets away, look out below, another handful of turnovers back and forth. Inside, another couple of handfuls of passes as Stu Long, hello! Way to make yourself known, kid. 6 points in the first minute of the ball game. And the Vikings, check that, the Eagles now running a full court press, doubling up on Williams-Bay. They do let Davis breathe a little bit. Davis back to Williams-Bay. Cranmer, right wing. Davis inside, off the glass, and good. Brought up by Mallory. Or check that by Long, who slides. Now over to Powell. Turns it over on a bit of a flailing pass from inside the free throw line in the paint. And stopping and starting on that one is Kassir Baker. Eastern brings this one up. 6 points for the Vikings, all on back-to-back triples by Stu Long. They bring it back out to Long, who's on the opposite end of the floor now. 3. Off the netting, off the wiring of the shot clock. And Williams Bay will bring this one in. Davis, left side. 10 points in the first 2 minutes. We told you this could be a high-scoring affair tonight. I mean, this is a really small lineup on both sides as Williams Bay knocks it down. That's just my thinking. I might be wrong. I mean, the first game ended pretty good, 80-76. And that was a game where Mercer led by 16 points at one point in the half, almost took it away. And when we were talking to Howard Levy after the game, one of the things he said is they've had several games like that, up by double digits, and we're going to have a walk here called against Powell. But Howard Levy was saying, you know, listen, this is my 15th year at Mercer. We've had seasons that are up, we've had seasons that are down, and, you know, he even changed his attire. He wore a Hawaiian shirt today, and he said, I want to bring some joy back into this team. I want to lighten things up a bit, and it ended up working out for him as Mercer picked up their first win of the season. 6-6. We're all tied up here in the Roadrunners home gym as Cranmer on the right side. Davis for the lead. It's an 8-0 run for Gloucester. 8-6 Roadrunners. It's Davis now up to 4 points. Near corner, guarded by Williams Bay. Ball comes out. It's back to Hammond. Hammond guarded by Cranmer. Arms nearly interlocking as he turns around for a shot that doesn't go. Back to Williams Bay. He fires this one deep. Coming back to Lassiter. Way too long on the shot there. Rebound by Long. This one comes back now again, this time for Samad Powell. The ball gets away. Williams Bay is going to beat him in a foot race. One-on-one. Williams Bay to the basket. And a foul called against the Eagles, and it looks like Powell will be the recipient of the foul, the first of the game. Just an interesting case there because Eastern had everything going for them, and now it's slipping away. An 8-0 run for the Roadrunners, and now Williams Bay will go to the charity stripe. 2 subs getting ready to check in for Eastern. Number 1, James Wright, and number 10, Anthony Cook, getting ready to come in for the Eagles. First basket good on the free throw. Now a 9-0 run for the Roadrunners. They lead this one 9-6. A great first game, though, that we had. We'll see if this one continues to live up to the hype. As that basket, no good. Williams Bay goes 1 for 2. He's up to 3 points here in the early going. Only 3.5 minutes into this one, and again, already 15 combined points. A lot more than what we had in the first part of this twin bill. A foul called. It's against Desir Williams Bay. And this will be inbounded after the foul by Venable. Ball got tipped by Davis, but it ends up going back to James Wright. Wright loses it, passes it to the right side. Venable moving in. It's Cook. Catch and shoot way off the mark that time. Wide right. Eastern able to keep it in before it goes out of bounds on the pass by Long. He was able to kind of slap it in with his right hand. Now another handful of flailing plays over the head of Cranmer. Tipped off of his hand and out of play. Just a pass from the baseline that time from Davis to Cranmer. Went a little bit too high. Checking in for Eastern will be number 32. Jermaine Glover. That ball got tipped up. Here comes Baker. That ball gets turned around. There's more turnovers than points here in the first 5 minutes. A very unvarnished style of basketball as it's Wright on the right wing. Cook back to the top of the key. Spinning around is Stu Long. He's responsible for all 6 of Eastern's points. Moving in. Looked like there was some contact there. Didn't get called. Now it's back to Lassiter. He's moving quickly, trying to find a lane. Up the middle, right side, foul gets called against the Eagles. Lassiter came in, drove in hard, just couldn't get the basket to finish, but he will shoot 2 from the charity stripe. In the early going, Roadrunners lead by 3. First basket good. Full timeout has been called by the Roadrunners. They're on a 10-0 run here in the first half. They lead this one by 4. It's the Roadrunners 10 and the Eagles 6. The festive spirit in full swing here at the Roadrunner Gym. Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas Is You. I mean, I'll be frank, the song's not that bad. I would argue that it's actually quite a solid Christmas song, but it gets played into the ground by retailers every year, and that's why there's some resentment around Mariah Carey and her music, but as a music buff myself, I will say it is quite a good Christmas song. Lassiter made 1 of 2 from the stripe, missed his second following the Roadrunners timeout. Moving in, Long gets blocked, or check that, Hammond gets blocked. Now it's Lassiter again, going up one-on-one with Wright. And now the Eagles come down with a rebound. Stopping hard on it is Jermaine Glover. Right wing, going all the way around the world. They find Cook, open, 3, no good. Off the top of the backboard. Another chance. We're going to have a 3-second violation. Never mind, it's a clear-out foul on Davis. 2 fouls on both sides here in the first 5 minutes of this one. Right to inbound. He's got to find somebody. He's running out of time. It goes to Stu Long in the near corner. Long creates some space, and on the 3, knocks it down. He's still got the only points for Eastern. They do count it for 2. It's 10-8. Back to Williams Bay. Davis spinning around, fading away. It's good. 12-8 Roadrunners. Back to the center of the court. Right on top of the Roadrunner logo. Right on top of the beak. No shot for a push, that's called. So Stu Long, 8 points for Eastern, the only offensive output by the Eagles tonight so far. Wright with a wide pass. He somehow keeps it in. And how about that for an almost happy accident, as the 3 was attempted by John Mallory. It fell short. Now Davis working quickly. Cook gets the foul called against him. Obviously Cook disagrees. But the shooting foul will bring Davis back to the line, and Cook will get subbed out. Three fouls on both sides. This game could very well get into bonus territory quite quickly. 3-point play done by Davis. It's up to 7 points. Eastern, oh wow, ball got slipped out of his hands again by Mallory. Number 3, Zaire Green, was the one who tipped it out. Eastern with possession. 14 minutes to play in the first half. Underhand feed to Wright. He pulls up from 3. It's good. Wright bangs a triple. And it's 15-11. Roadrunners up by 4. Zaire Green bringing this one up the floor. One of the 6-man substitutions for the Roadrunners. Right now on the floor is Williams, Baker, Green, Davis, and Lassiter. All but one starter. Bounce pass. Gets slipped up. Here comes Glover to Wright. And a 5-point run led by the benchman, Wright. And it's a 2-point possession game. It's 15-13. Now another foul. This game could move very slow for the sake that Eastern is going to be a little bit more unvarnished for the fact that they are a JV NCAA team. I mean, it might give them an opportunity to succeed, but they might have to beat the Roadrunners by almost playing bully ball and drawing a lot of fouls. Open shot, Lassiter, 3, knocks it down with minimal movement of the net. And it's 18-13. That ball got tipped up. Wright is hanging on to it. Open spot. Mallory. Offensive foul. The basket went in, but it doesn't count. Mallory is called for an offensive foul against Hajir Davis. I think that's right. I think Davis definitely stepped into it a little bit, and that's one of those things where as a guard, you might not be expected to draw that many offensive fouls, but that's really all RCSJ is. They are a lot of guards. And there really isn't a true center on either of these teams. I mean, you do have kind of larger, bulky types. I'm not saying larger in a mean way. I'm just saying in terms of their physical size, like Baker for RCSJ. And he was such a great rebounder at Triton. As here comes another 3. Lassiter front iron. Ball gets swiped around back to Williams Bay. Same song, second verse for 3. Zaire Green calls his own number 3 for 3 points. 8-point lead, 21-13. Shooting through the middle, walk called on the Eagles. And as soon as Eastern was getting into a groove, they are immediately slipping out of said groove as we go back to an 8-point game, 21-13. Waiting on a clarification in the book here. Who else subbed in that was new? That was number 14. Referees are asking both teams to go to their benches, but to stay upright. We're going to have a technical foul charged against Eastern for a book discrepancy. They had a player with the wrong number in the book, so it is charged as a team technical foul. Now, the problem was, from what we could tell, number 24 is actually listed in the book as number 25, Kevin Addison. But because he was listed as the wrong number, it is charged as a technical foul against Eastern's bench. And Lassiter did shoot the open technical shot to make this a 9-22-13 lead for the Roadrunners. Out to the far corner, Zaire Green is there. 3. Lassiter, another miss off the front of the iron. Rebounded by Hammond, looks to his left. Now bounces over to Mallory. In the paint, stops and goes. Offensive rebound, no, it's Davis who comes up with it. Now another foul. So we now have 9 fouls in the first 8 minutes, and that was after neither team got even close to the bonus in the first half of the last game. But those are where these philosophies come to a head. And we will now see Lassiter inbound to Green. A quick pass fired off. Now goes to the far wing. Davis, Lassiter around the world to Williams Bay. Inside, Baker, back turn to the basket. Left hand hook, didn't get it. And now Addison brings down the rebound. Quickly moving here. Eagles inside, blocked by Baker. It's clean. Not clean on the offensive, or excuse me, on the rebound at a scramble. The foul is going to get called against, I think that's 11. No, I'm sorry, the foul is against, looks like number 0, Mallory. We do have one sub coming in for both sides. That's number 22, Kyle Sitter. And then for the Roadrunners coming in is number 33, Jebez de Jesus. So we're already up to 1-1 for the Roadrunners. As an absorbent amount of fouls in this first section here. 23-13, 11:28 to play. It's Lassiter shooting. He makes both. 7 for Lassiter. He leads the Roadrunners, or he's tied for the lead with the Roadrunners, as Davis also has 7. Addison will inbound for the Eagles. Over to Hammond. Hammond guarded by Williams Bay. Here comes Hammond up the middle in the lane. Fires, and a blocking foul. That is not an offensive foul, and Eastern will get to shoot 2. Again, the way that Eastern might have to beat the Roadrunners is by playing a little bit of bully ball. They might just have to find a way to almost methodically wither down the Roadrunners defensively, and that's what they just did right there. He drove right into the lane, coming off of a play in transition. And now Hammond knocks down the basket for his first. Long with 8, Wright with 5. He's only the 3rd player on this Eastern team to score a point. And he'll look for a second here, and he does not. Off the front of the rim. Offensive rebound. Now a jump ball as Davis and Addison get together, interlocking with the basketball just inside the paint. And just underneath the Eastern basket. This will be inbounded by number 14, Venable. Open shot, Sitter. Too long. Rebound by Williams Bay. Williams Bay fires to the right side. Hajir Davis moving around. Williams Bay moving quickly from the corner box. Doesn't get it. And now another chance for Eastern. Moving quickly here. A lot of missed shots on both sides. That shot is too long. Eastern taking the first shot available and oftentimes missing the first shot available. Ooh, I think he got an extra step that time. He got away with it. Number 5, Julian Johnson out of Sterling. Another Colonial Conference hooper. We saw Colonial Conference hooper in Mercer earlier today as De Jesus gets the basket. Timeout, Eastern. We're talking about Tomas Money out of Collingswood. Well, he played Julian Johnson a decent amount with the Sterling Silver Knights, but we'll take another break. The Roadrunners with a 30-second timeout called by Eastern. They lead by 12, 26-14. Eastern talking things over with his guys on the floor for the Vikings will be Cook, followed by, I apologize, I have to look at my notes again, Cook, Powell, and number 33, Ino Otto, and then finally number 21 in Stu Long. If I'm Eastern, I got to give the ball to Stu Long more. 8 points. 2 triples. He was about 6 inches away from having a 3rd triple. Give him the ball more. Let him shoot. Let him shoot until the other team figures him out. I mean, I guess you're trying to conserve his energy a little bit, but he is your team's best scorer right now, and I feel like you should use him as such. We do have another foul on the way to the basket, and going to the line will be Chris Venable. Venable out of Fairburn, Georgia, out of Whitewater High School. the 5'11" guard. So somehow found his way from, as we said, Fairburn, Georgia, all the way to Eastern University in PA. Amara Sacco was out there. Now it's Aiden Cranmer. Moving in, 12 to shoot. Hard collision, or a near hard collision there by Green and Cook. And it went out of bounds. And Fairburn, a suburb in southwest Atlanta. Here comes Green to DeJesus. Cranmer, 5 to shoot. Sacco comes in, Euro, good. On a high arcing basket by Sacco. 28-15, 13-point lead for the Roadrunners with under 10 to play in the first half. Just to the left of the top of the key, moving in, 2-on-1, a floating basket doesn't go. Oh, and they're gonna steal it away, but Eastern getting a little bit too overzealous that time. The ball got tipped, and it's out of bounds. Roadrunner ball with Johnson to inbound, most likely to Green. I mean, Roadrunners have now had 3 players score off the bench already. Eagles have only had 1 in Wright, who has had 5, including a triple. Moving in, Green, working hard. Sacco, corner 3, too long. A high rebound by Glover. And now another foul called. Roadrunners got in there. Johnson got a little bit too hard in there. 28-15. Here come the Eagles. Up the middle, a nice crossover. He got hit hard. And it'll be a foul, an offensive foul against Eastern. Here comes Zaire Green. 9 minutes to play in the first half. I'm Dan Wilkins, joined by Maddox Marker on the production today. This is our second of 5 games this weekend in the RCSJ Roadrunner Classic. I believe this is a tournament that's been hosted for over 30 years at this point. The Manor Blue Jays won the event last year in a finale over Williamson Trade. 3 to shoot. Lassiter pulls up, a low arcing shot, ends up falling too low, and it'll be a 30-second shot clock violation as Davis will check in. And now Venable will bring this one up the floor for Eastern. Here is Hammond. Right side, long, double guarded. I guess the Roadrunners do know who is the highest scorer on this Eastern team. They move over, long though. Oh, he bobbled it. Still gets it away. Roadrunners looking to amp up the energy. Ball comes out again, long, deflects it out to Venable. Venable in the near corner, corner 3, Hammond, no, too long. Eastern with another scramble, and Green picks it up. And now we'll continue the high-paced offense with Davis. In a game that was so high scoring, now starting to come down to earth a little bit. As the bounce pass to Baker, Cranmer looks for a shot, moves inside the semicircle, comes out of it, deflects it to Green. Green, baseline, good! Zion Green. He's up to 5 points tonight, and the Roadrunners now have a double lead, 30-15, 15-point lead. Stopping on a dime, corner 3, too long. Offensive rebound by Eastern, by Glover. Pump fakes, moves inside, got 3 defenders all over him. Another offensive rebound as the Roadrunners cannot clean the house. And they get it going. As Stu Long now up to double digits, he's got 10 points. Al Davis being guarded quickly. Eastern, a really tough one-on-one an isolation defense that time for the Eagles. Baker just outside the semicircle to Zaire Green. Left side of the semicircle, front iron. Back to Lassiter, who clears himself out to the far corner. Green with a little bit of space. Got an open Cranmer, the West effort shooter for 3, and he doesn't go. Back to Baker. Baker spins around, gets fouled on his way up, and he'll go to the charity stripe for 1-1. At the line is Baker. So his first of 2 goes. So my apologies, not 1-1 because it was a shooting foul. (31-17). .646 to play. That one is well short. He just airballed the free throw. I don't know if he got his wires crossed or whatever, but he just completely missed short. Here comes Wright, guarded by Cranmer. Double guarded. They've got a wide open shot. Here comes 31. Good. Shot by Falarin Adelsha. And it's 31-20 as the triple goes. Roadrunners now with an 11-point lead. 6:30 to play. Here comes Davis for 3. Too long there. Here comes another fast break. Ball comes out, and a lob goes nowhere. Adelsha would have had that one, but Eastern with a frantic pass ends up at the back of the boards. Just beneath the Eastern basket. Davis inbound. Lassiter, quick pass. Baker can't get it. Cranmer under the basket and good. His first points of the night for the sophomore. Stumbling. Hammond still with it. Right on the right wing. Left side. Out for Adelsha, or rather Glover. Couldn't get the shot to go that time. Here comes Williams Bay working hard again. Shot is up. It got rattled around, but no foul, and it goes out of bounds beneath the Roadrunner basket. Last touch by Eastern, so it will retain Roadrunner possession. Davis moving along the baseline, taking a couple steps. Back out. Lassiter, open corner, 3. Ace Lassiter dials up the bow and shoots the arrow directly from the far corner. He's got 10 points. And the Philadelphia-born Lenape graduated hooper. That one looked like that went, but it was short. Couldn't tell from my angle. I apologize. Roadrunners did touch the ball. We've got 2 substitutions. Stu Long back in, and now number 24, Kevin Addison, who again was the subject of that technical foul earlier. Eastern got to get it off quickly here. Out to the corner. Almost took a shot. Decided not to. Whoa, look at that. Great one that time from Chris Venable to pick up his first basket, as it was a high-arcing shot that had to go over a lot of different traffic and obstacles to find its way to the basket. As now it's Cranmer moving inside like a bull in a china shop. Couldn't get anything there. Rebound by Hammond. Check that by Addison. Moving inside. Spinning around is Glover. Pass almost got intercepted by Lassiter, but it comes down for Adeshla. Right side. 3. Long. Couldn't go. Lassiter rebound. 4:40 to play in the first half. 35-22. 13-point lead. A little hacky sack. Back and forth between Davis and Cranmer. And Davis finishes the job for 3. Hajir Davis out of Charlotte, North Carolina, and eventually of Winslow High School in Atco, New Jersey, picks up his 10th point and his second triple. 2 threes and 2 twos. Do the math for Davis, number 12. Bit of a stutter step that time, another scramble in the paint, and it comes out for Lassiter. Lassiter driving hard. He's got a lot of traffic around him. He gets blocked from behind and fouled from behind for Eastern's 10th foul, and that'll be a double bonus. The foul against number 32, Jeremiah Glover. Or Jermaine Glover, pardon. First shot good for Lassiter. He leads the team in scoring with 11, Davis with 10, Williams Bay with 5, and Green with 5. They're going to get another sub ready to go for the Roadrunners, number 23, Sidney Maynard III, another Collingswood guy. That'll be interesting to see if the Roadrunners and Mercer play each other in the finals. You'll have two Collingswood grads going back and forth in Tomas Money and Sidney Maynard. Basket no good. Ball got tipped out, but the Roadrunners touched it. It was Williams Bay. Over the middle. Eastern taking their time. A little bit of a delayed start to the possession for Adesla. Underhand feed to Mallory. Mallory trying to move in. No look deflection. Everybody's all over him, and the shot misses. Rebound by Lassiter. Now back over to Williams Bay. Williams Bay continuing to move pretty smoothly here as Baker goes up and off the glass. He's got 5 points for the Triton grad, 41-22. 19-point lead for the Roadrunners. And a foul called on his way up. This will be 2 shots for Kevin Addison. And they're going to get another sub ready to go in number 22 for the Roadrunners, Jerome Clough. First shot high off the backboard, but it rattles in. (41-23). They send Baker out. Eastern with the offensive rebound after the missed foul shot, but it doesn't last for long as Davis comes up with it. Davis, left side, passes to Cuff, top of the key. Davis has it again after a handoff. Back to Lassiter, sets his foot at the top of the key for 3. Ace Lassiter doing what he does best with another 3 in open coverage, in open space. Now another one for Stu Long, left hand, too long off the glass. Eastern just trying to rush their offense way too quickly, but now it comes back to Hammond as another steal benefits the Eagles. Corner box, shot misses. High rebound by the high jumper, Hajir Davis. Davis, left side, 2 minutes, 30 seconds to play in the first half. A 20-point lead for the Roadrunners. Maynard, right wing, clutches it out. Now it's back to Davis at the top of the key. Over to Lassiter. He's got 14 points. Williams Bay makes a man miss. Flailing along the baseline. 8 to shoot. Clough going up and in. He is the 4th scorer off the bench in the first half as Jerome Clough adds another. Right side. Up and over. Moving in. Ball comes out. Now it's Williams Bay again. Open lane. Good. I mean, they're just pouring it on right now. 47-23, 23-point lead. 24-point lead, rather, for the Roadrunners in the last 100 seconds of the first half. I mean, Eastern had a 6-0 run to start the game. We're going to have a blocking foul called here against Clough. Maynard is going to get called for the foul. Shot misses. 18 fouls on both sides. The first shot, though, from Mallory missed. He does make his second for his first point of the night. Green is there. Minute 40 to play in the first half. Here in the 2025 Roadrunner Classic, the first game of the night was Mercer and Manor, with Mercer winning by 4 points, 80-76. Williams Bay over the middle. He's got it. Inside the semicircle. Mallory off the glass and in. So Mallory making up for lost time. Still a 23-point game. Green, guarded by Wright. Out towards midcourt. Lassiter to Maynard. Fires across the wing. Lassiter, catch and shoot. Didn't get it that time. Ball got stripped out by Wright, who ended up deflecting it all over the floor. Under a minute left, and a high arcing bang and three from Green. 52 points for the Roadrunners in the first half. They're looking good for the 3-6 team. Doesn't get it there. Clough rebound. Again, Eastern trying to match the Roadrunners' high-paced offense. It's just not working. Eastern needs to slow this offense down and get the best shot off. The best shot is not always going to be your first shot or even your first opportunity or even your second or third opportunity. Lassiter gets the ball kicked away from him or slapped away from him, whatever you want to call it. Moving in. Off the glass and in. Another basket this time by Venable. Shot clock erased. 15 seconds. Check that basket by Kevin Hernandez, number 12. Green stepping over the midcourt line. 8 seconds left. Looking to get as many points as they can before the half is over. Lassiter lets it fly. 3 seconds. Too long, and they won't get anything there as this one is ripped and out of play. As at the end of the first half, the Roadrunners are in control, and they are in control by a long way. It's 52-28. At the end of the first half, we'll be back in 15 minutes with the second game of 5 this weekend in the 2025 Roadrunner Classic. We'll be back. In life, the road ahead is full of possibilities, but to navigate it safely, you need the right skills. Harper Driving School is the premier driving school serving Gloucester, Salem, and Camden counties. With experienced instructors, many of whom are teachers in local schools, we are dedicated to your success and will help you master the road with confidence. With an over 95% success rate of students passing their road test on their first try, you know your student will be in good hands while embarking on a huge step of their young adult lives, all while avoiding the lines at the DMV and getting insurance discounts.
We chose Harper, and so should you.
Book Dog Pro Wrestling for your next event or outing for the greatest action that New Jersey Pro Wrestling has to offer. Any place, any time, any setting, Dog Pro Wrestling will bring the action to you, and you won't want to miss it for moments like this. But don't just take it from me. Take it from Max Mundo, the Dog Pro Wrestling ambassador.
This is Max Mundo with Dog Pro Wrestling. Are you a civic organization, sporting club looking to fundraise? Then look no further to Dog Pro Wrestling. We do grand openings, corporate events, and much more.
And why not from some of the wrestling talent themselves?
I'm Vinny the Fixer, and I'm the champion of Dog Professional Wrestling. If you want to book the best, come see us. We're the cream of the crop. We'll come to any fundraiser you can think of. Just name the place and we'll show up.
This is the upstanding Dylan Mesh, and for the entirety of my professional wrestling career, dog wrestling has been a mainstay for where I like to wrestle. So you can believe me when I say that it is quality. And I'm upstanding. I'm the only opinion you need.
Yeah! It's your boy Gabriel Hodder here with my man Matthew Oman, and if you want your events to be all fight, no flight,
then book Dog Wrestling so you can witness true primal fear.
Woo!
is Mental Health Awareness Month. It is the responsibility of all of us to make sure that our friends, family, and anybody who we hold dear in our lives is feeling well.
The problem with spotting mental health issues is that the symptoms aren't that obvious. Just because someone is okay or appears okay on the outside doesn't mean that they're okay on the inside.
It's important that if they are in distress, that they call the right people and they get the help that they need.
And it is very important that we treat each other with respect, regardless of who you are or where you come from. But it is just as important that we treat ourselves with respect, regardless of the situation going on in our lives.
If you're in distress, you can call this number, 988, or you can visit any of these websites if you're not in distress, but would like to learn more information about mental health awareness and research.
Roadrunners lead 52-28 at the start of the second half. Eastern JV breaking from their post-break huddle. And while even though Eastern has looked good at some facets, it is pretty clear right now that the Roadrunners have the upper hand. I was saying earlier that Eastern really should give the ball to Stu Long more, but he did seem to cool off. He had 10 points. Eastern led the ball game to start on a 6-0 run, and then just kind of flamed out. Roadrunners had a 10-0 run, and after that it didn't really seem like there was any motion from Eastern in the first half. But now they move into the second half with a 52-28 game, a 24-point lead for the Roadrunners. Ball comes out. Falling on it, Lassiter tries to get it away, but the steal comes up, and Venable has it. Left side, just in front of the Roadrunner logo at midcourt. It is Stu Long. 10 points on 2 triples. Spinning around, not able to field it cleanly. That got blocked hard by Kasir Baker. Now back out, they've got 10 to shoot. Baseline, Davis will foul the shooter as that ball hit behind the backboard. Kind of an odd situation there. The foul gets called against Davis. It's his second. And at the line will be Hammond. Zion Hammond with 2 points so far. 52-28. Eastern looking to cut the deficit here. First shot no good off the front. As we mentioned, we have 3 games tomorrow, starting off with Mercer and RCSJ women's basketball at 12 noon. Then the third place game will be at 2 o'clock. And the championship game will be at 4 o'clock. So as we already know, Mercer won the first game, so they will play the winner of this. And Manor lost the first game by 4 points. So they will play for third tomorrow. Davis, bounce pass to Baker. Davis, a hook pass inside, will have a foul called against the Vikings, the Eagles. Just getting started in the second half. We had a foul-heavy first half with 18 total fouls on both sides. Catch and shoot 3, Lassiter off the mark. Rebounded by Eastern. Rolling up with it is Venable. That ball gets tipped up. Davis is able to keep it, somehow keeps his feet in bounds. And he will get called for a foul here as Davis stumbles his way out of bounds. But Mercer won the first game 80-76. A game that Mercer led by 16 at one point midway through the second half. And that lead withered away rather quickly. (53-29). Davis. No good. Was able to get 1 for 2. Hammond. Near corner. Long. Too long on that one. Rebounded. Oh, his foot might have stepped out that time. Here comes Wright. Left wing. Underhand shovel. Kind of an odd play there. Shooting through traffic. Here comes Long again for 3. No good off the glass. And now Williams Bay moves in. That shot's no good. Baker, second chance and in. Hajir Davis. Now back over in transition. The basket good by Hammond. 55-29 RCSJ. A win by the Roadrunners would bring them to 4-6 on the season. They haven't had the best of draws in Region 19 Division III so far this year. Shooting, Lassiter knocks it down. Ace Lassiter leads both teams in the scoring column. He's got 16. I mean, he is the bona fide star of this Roadrunner team so far. Not just in this game, but in this season. The second-year guard out of Lenape in Medford in the BCSL. And one of the things we talk about is a guy like Ace Lassiter coming out of the Olympic Conference, which for those unfamiliar, the Olympic Conference is a very tough style of play. You're going to see, especially considering New Jersey high school has no shot clock, there is a lot of low-scoring games, like a Cherokee Bishop Eustis, a Shawnee Lenape, a Camden Catholic PVI. Those games might end like 40-38 or even lower than that. We saw a game between Shawnee and Cherokee that ended 32-29. That might have been Cherry Hill East one of these playoff years, but still, the point stands that there is a lot in the Olympic Conference that translates into the collegiate level for these South Jersey Hoopers. A travel's going to get called on Ace Lassiter as his shot went, but couldn't get anything there. We should talk about the event that the Roadrunner Classic is. We talked about Manor being the champions of last year's tournament, but losing in the first round of this game, or losing in the first round of this tournament. Now moving up. Ball gets stripped away. Cranmer doesn't come up with it cleanly. Here comes a foul. Offensive foul. One ref had one call, and then they deferred to the sideline ref to make sure that he got it right. We were mentioning, though, a lot of this tournament dedicated to Steve Salamone, the national championship head coach from 1994, and a longtime NJCAA head coach and NJCAA Hall of Famer who passed away a few years ago, as that one gets tipped up by Baker. They were serving meatballs in the conference room and the press room today. That was his favorite thing. They had meatballs on these nice little, I guess you could say, I think they were Kaiser rolls, whatever you want to call them, but on a double press. Eastern was able to call a timeout in time. It's a 30-point lead for the Roadrunners, and it doesn't look like it's going to change anytime soon for now, but we'll see what we've got. 16:20 to play in the second half. It's the Roadrunners 61 and the Eagles 31. Back here from RCSJ, you can see at the top of the stands in the blue Roadrunner shirt on the right is Dennis Kalecki, who played on the Region 19 championship team in the 90s under Coach Salamone. To his left is his son Jackson, who is playing for Haddon Heights. He is a sophomore for Haddon Heights. They open up their season versus Haddonfield on Tuesday, and then we cover the Garnets on Thursday versus Woodbury on December the 18th. But a 30-point lead for the Roadrunners. I had a feeling, I mean, listen, this is a lot like what it was last year. First game of the day was incredibly, lush with talent and lush with being a close game, as Williams Bay is going to miss on a three here. But the first game was competitive. The second one wasn't. It's kind of just how it is this year as well. First game was good. Second game just not as much right now. And with this being a 30-point game, you can't really beat around the bush right now. You just kind of have to attack it as it is, which is, this game is pretty much out of hand. But a lot can change. And Davis over on the right wing, guarded by Cook. Here comes Lassiter. A little bit of a stutter step. Cranmer can't get it. Baker fires it off the glass, and he gets fouled. That is already 5 fouls against the Eagles in the first 4 minutes of play in the second half. The Eagles gave up the bonus just 8 minutes into the first half. They might hit that mark sooner if they're not careful. As well, even though they have a deep bench, they're already running into foul trouble. Jermaine Glover is now at 4 fouls, but they are keeping him in the game as of now. And look at this. Got 5 subs. 5. John Bird cleaning house. 5 new players on the floor. Although Baker has to take his last shot, so Hebes de Jesus will wait for him. So right now, as everyone went to the bench, it is now Sacco, Maynard, Baker, to be replaced by de Jesus, Green, and Julian Johnson. Basket good, and DeJesus will check out Baker, who's all got his smiles on his face. So assuming, I mean, I can't assume yet, but maybe those guys are all done. And this will be more or less the de facto lineup from here on out. As moving over to the left side, Eastern backpedals. Back to the top of the key. For 31, Adelcia lets it fly way short. DeJesus stumbled, and he did touch it last. He tried to just pick up that rebound cleanly, but was unable. This will be inbounded by Sitter. Sitter bounce pass. There's 5 to shoot. This one got touched again by DeJesus and out of bounds for a second time. So Sitter will once again inbound now, though, with 4 seconds on the shot clock. Goes to Cook. He'll have to let it fly. He's in trouble. He's got 1 second, and they are out of time. They did not look at the shot clock. I don't think I saw anybody on Eastern side look up at the scoreboard. 31-point lead for RCSJ. So it's looking like the championship could be RCSJ versus Mercer. We would have to see who would be the home team in that matchup. I would assume it would go by the fact that the Roadrunners are the host team, that they would be considered the home team. As DeJesus with a strong rebound on a powerful miss. Second chance didn't go, and now that one is picked up by the Eagles. Moving forward is Addison. Back to Cook in the bright green shoes. High pass. Shot no good. Picks up his own rebound. Second chance is good by Addison. And it's now 62-33. Green bringing it up, guarded by Sitter. Check that by 12, Kevin Hernandez. DeJesus hits the ground hard, but he got fouled. That's going to be the 7th foul against Eastern, and that will put the Roadrunners above the bonus mark. That's what we said. That is what we said. They might get to the bonus mark quicker than they did in the first half, and they do. With just 6 minutes gone in the second half. DeJesus misses his first. Should note that they don't have the bonus technically yet because that was a shooting foul. That got them there. Basket good by DeJesus. He makes both, and it's now 63-33, back to 30 points. Over at midcourt, now on the right wing. At the corner of the volleyball line, we have a foul on Sacco. Again, you just can't go give those opportunities away. Even though this game is more or less out of hand and the Roadrunners are leading by a lot, you can't just sit there and make fouls that you just really can't afford to make. Because you don't know if Eastern's going to come off on a crazy run and try to take this game away from you. But right now the Roadrunners are looking pretty good, and we've got now a second foul. Foul is called against Julian Johnson. Julian Johnson was quite a big part of a lot of those very, very good Sterling teams a few years, not too long ago. But, I mean, Sterling led some great teams a few years back. And for him, he was an 800-point scorer, knocked down 113 threes in his career. And even though he had a career high of, I think it was 25 that he had during his junior season, he scored a lot, and he was a very consistent scorer, scoring 300 points in all 3 of his varsity seasons. As Hernandez was able to make the foul. We now get another fast break, and Johnson's got it. Johnson with the basket, 65-34. Here is Sacco guarding Hernandez. Over to Cook. Cook to Adelcia. Ball came out briefly. Shot is up, too long, rebound Johnson. Eastern has 2 men waiting to come into the game. Here is Green. Green with a gather step. Couldn't get it. Maynard tried to fire it off the glass. Cook has to dodge the falling arms and stays up with it for the rebound. Shot is good. Adelsha able to get another basket that time. He's up to 5 points. Green. Johnson fires it to Sacco. Sacco steps to his right, keeps his pivot foot there. Moves out to the corner. Maynard, catch and shoot. 3, too long. DeJesus had his hands on it, but Eastern hangs onto it. And he's able to fall away as Eastern crashes lightly into the Roadrunner bench. 12:30 to play in the second half. Sitter, not guarded that deep. Eastern set a great screen, but Sitter couldn't get the shot to fall. It's a 29-point lead for the Roadrunners. It stayed pretty consistent here. Here's Green. Underhand flip to Sacco. Sacco cuts over. The Woodbury grad gets the shot in contact. Great stuff that time. That's what Mark DeRuggiero has taught these players at Woodbury. It's one of those toughest teams that you're ever going to see. Guys like Devin Williams out there, he's going to make the defenses have to pay for those baskets, and that's exactly what he did there. Even through contact, Sacco was able to make the basket, and it's one of those things where you just sit back and you think, how in the world did he make that? As DeJesus gets another basket to go. Another strong run for the Roadrunners. They're up to 69 points now. Hernandez over midcourt. (69-36). Adelsha brings it out on top of the volleyball line. He's got 10 to shoot. Adelsha fires out into the corner. Sitter, corner 3. Rolls over. Cook able to hang on to it. Another shot. Hernandez, too long. This time a rebound by Johnson after getting a shot in the back. Hernandez turns it over. Or Hernandez gets the turnover from Johnson. Now another pull-up 3. Can't go. See the head coach just not satisfied there. There's just so much going on. 3, miss, turnover, 3, miss. It is a merry-go-round of missed shots here for both sides as here comes Green. 3, off the top of the backboard. Cook with a rebound. Now here comes the Eagles again in transition. Euro, good shot and a foul. As it will be Addison who will go to the line. I mean, if this is how this game is being played, it's going to be a long second day for both of these teams. A timeout called by the Roadrunners. They lead this one by 33 points, 69-36. After the timeout by the Roadrunners, we now go to the foul line for 2 shots by number 24, Kevin Addison. If you remember earlier in the game, Addison, or I'm not sure if Addison received the technical foul or if the team received a technical foul for the book discrepancy. There was an issue where Addison in the book was listed as number 25, but he is in the game as number 24. And in the first half, the Roadrunners got the Eagles were handed a technical foul out of it. Shot is good. Addison gets his second. Davis, near corner. Back to the top of the key. Right side, Lassiter, catch and shoot. Too long. Maynard, check that, Baker. Off the glass and good. He's got double digits, 71-37. We're nearing the 10-minute mark in the second half. A little underhand flip, corner three, good. Corner triple knockdown by Venable. 71-40. They're going to get Clough to check back in for the Roadrunners as it's now Davis on the left wing right in front of us. Bounce pass, Baker up and in. Baker with another set of points there. He's at to 12. And 3 Roadrunner starters have double-digit points. Williams Bay, or let's check that, Lassiter with 16, Baker with 12, Davis with 11. That shot falls for Addison. Haven't seen much of Stu Long in the second half, who knocked down the first 6 points of the game. I mean, it feels like eons ago that the Eagles started out this game with a 6-0 run as Kramer gets the basket that time. The tricentennial mark for the Roadrunners, they're up to 75. Or I guess you could say the 3/4 of a centennial mark, if you will. We're not scoring 300 points out here. Pass to right. Cook, catch and shoot well wide. Back to Hammond, bounce pass, right, underhand and in. Wright gets it, he's up to 7 points, and now it's Davis. 31-point game, 75-44. Cranmer moves in quickly, gets it out to Davis. Davis shoots a 3, too long on that one. Back to Baker. Baker can't get that one, and that one is fired off the glass. Couldn't tell who had that one. It looks like Williams Bay. Kind of an odd moment there. That looked like that just kind of got shoveled in on the pushback, on the putback. Wasn't even really all that intentional. Is now Wright with another underhand flip that doesn't go. 33-point game for the Roadrunners, and they are still working quickly here as a travel will be called on the Roadrunners in transition with Baker. We've got Clough coming in for RCSJ, and then Jermaine Glover and number 21, Stu Long, coming back in for the Eagles, with Cook and Addison going to the bench. Eastern brings this one up. Stu Long loses it, hangs onto it. Davis closes the gap. Long burns him out, and a foul. That shot not close by any means, but he was able to get that one out. I mean, to be fair, it wasn't close because he did get hit on his way up. 77-44. First shot good. Stu Long makes both. He's got 12 points. Sidney Maynard, corner box, gets it to Baker. Bounce pass. Clough goes down. Shot no good. Glover picks this one up. Bounce pass. Under 8 to play. Nice move by Eastern there. But a not-so-nice move follows. Long is able to somehow redeem himself, but he gets blocked twice. Now here comes Davis again, who will slow down the play. I mean, the Roadrunners really aren't turning off the gas pedal right now. They are still in a very fast-paced motion trying to bury Eastern once and for all, because you cannot be too certain at this point in the game. Wright moving inside. Now back out. Long. 3. Too short. Pun intended. Rebound. Maynard. Lassiter moving in. 2-on-1. Got an interesting spot there. Didn't get anything there. Now it's back to Baker from just inside the arc. No good. Kind of a rare shot for the kids these days to take. Not a 3, but his whole body was right over the line. Wright for 3. Got fouled and one. Got hit by Clough. And Wright will go to the line to try to complete a 4-point play. And that was pretty late, too. Wright probably wouldn't have had a problem, but that contact by Clough was well after he got into his shooting motion, and it was after he released the ball. Wright trying to finish a 4-point play. He's at 10 points tonight off the bench. Doesn't get it, but a quick rebound comes in, and he does get the putback. Hold on. What do we got here? We're going to have a technical foul here. The technical foul is charged. I couldn't tell by what he was saying if it was if there was a T charged against both teams. So Jerome Clough will go to the bench. They're still talking things over here. The fouls were charged against number 33 in Eno Otto. And I think because both teams got charged a T, they offset and they just won't attempt any shots. We got another foul. Eastern going in for the push there by Zion Hammond. Again, we have 3 games tomorrow. Mercer and RCSJ women's basketball standalone at 12 noon. And then the third place game, which presumably at this point would be Eastern versus Manor. And then we'll have the championship game between RCSJ and Mercer if everything holds. Then later on this week, we're back in the Roadrunner gym on Tuesday the 9th with a women's basketball standalone between the Philadelphia Lions and the RCSJ Roadrunners as Cranmer checks in. Two Gloucester Catholic hockey games as well this week as that corner goes in. Davis fouls him, and the shot goes. A weird arcing shot, but the basket is good. Davis gets called for the foul, and the basket is successful for number 33 in Otto, who gets his first points of the night. Good. 79-54 as Otto completes the 3-point play. But Gloucester Catholic Ice Hockey on Tuesday the 10th, or rather Wednesday the 10th versus St. Peter's Prep, and then Thursday the 11th versus Bergen Catholic. And then we open up our high school basketball season on Saturday the 13th with 5 games in Salem County. We start off with West Deptford versus Cumberland on the 13th. As we're going to have another foul here. Wright is going to, or he's going to get fouled by Johnson, and we're going to have 1-on-1 here. So both teams now over the bonus. And Wright will have a chance to pick up some more points here. I mean, a lot of this is morale for Eastern's JV team. If you think about it in the sense of what these two teams are capable of, Eastern, we don't know their record. We don't know their stats because it's not as I don't want to say solidly run, but there's less of a governing body, if you will. In this situation, though, Eastern is trying to get a morale victory here. Even if they don't win this game, even if they lose tomorrow versus Manor, they want to have the best possible resume so that they can go back home to the Philadelphia area where Eastern is based out of and, just kind of go back to the drawing board. Because you're still playing collegiate athletes, and you are still playing a respectable group of players. As that shot is off the mark by Green. Cranmer comes in flying, unable to get the rebound. Oh, got to travel. Kind of saw that one coming. Sacco has this one. Cranmer. Sacco loses it. Double coverage. Eastern coming up with a full court press and a slam. almost brought the house down with him. As the basket is good by Hammond. We didn't see a single dunk in the first game or in most of the second game. That ball goes out of bounds. And now we'll have 4 new subs. Davis, Williams, Bay, Baker, and Lassiter. So all the starters coming back in as this lead is starting to shrink a little bit. Not by much, but it is now 79-56. It is now a 23-point game. The largest lead they had tonight was 34. Baker, catch and shoot to Lassiter. 20. Check that, 19 for Ace Lassiter. Leading both teams scoring here, 81-56. Wright with a catch and shoot with under 5 to play. Wide right. Wright comes in, gets his own rebound after a handful of deflections. Sitter comes in now. Open 3, corner, over the glass. And another rebound stolen here with Venable coming in. I mean, listen, I don't want to give the game away here, but Eastern is starting to heat up a little bit, and maybe that'll give them some morale going into tomorrow's game versus Manor. That will be at 2 o'clock for the third-place game. Davis over the middle to Lassiter. This would be the Roadrunners' second game out of conference this season and their first win. They lost to Delaware Tech on opening night, November 3rd, by 38 as Williams Bay knocks down the triple. So they have not played a non-conference game in a month, and honestly, there isn't a lot of non-conference games to play. It's not like the NCAA where you only have a handful of teams in your conference and you can easily go out and find somebody else. In the NJCAA, it is a lot more difficult. The boundaries are a lot more gray. There isn't as much clarity as to, who is what and who counts and who doesn't. You can play another NJCAA team. You can play a team like Manor, who's USCAA. You can play another 4-year school like Manor. Or last year we had 2 of those kind of independents in the Manor or in the RCSJ Classic last year in Williamson Trade and Bryant and Stratton, a school out of Rochester, New York. That was the more unbelievable part. They had a 6.5-hour travel to get down to Sewell. Bryant and Stratton lost both games that year. I say that year, it was 2024, so it was last year. Ball gets tipped away by Green. He's got it. Wright fouls him, and a hard hit. And Wright goes to help him up apologetically that time as Wright gave Green a little bit of something and then some. So at the line will be Green. 84-58 with 3:13 to play. First shot good. Subbing out for Eastern is Chris Venable. Kyle Sitter takes his place. On the floor right now for the Roadrunners is Lassiter, Davis, Williams, Bay, Green, and Baker. As Green makes both shots, he's got 9 points off the bench. Moving in. Basket no good and taking an aggressive yet unsuccessful approach there. Davis over to the right side. Coming in now. Basket good by Lassiter. He's up to 21 points. .30-point lead for the Roadrunners. Tough shot for Wright there. Moves over the corner. Sitter, high pass. Wright has it. 10 to shoot. 2:25 on the game clock. Sitter, back where he's been sitting all night. It's in the corner. Wright could not get the rebound, and now it's back to Baker. Baker to Green. Green moving around here in the dwindling moments of the second half and of the first night of the Roadrunner Classic. Underhand pass. Green, under 2 minutes to play. Williams Bay taking it himself, clean block, and it's out of bounds. Eastern ball. Checking in for the dwindling moments is Jermaine Glover. Near corner, guarded by Davis. Pass got tipped up and blocked by Williams Bay. In the moment there, double guard by Eastern. I mean, at this point, minute 30 left, down by 30. You might as well try something that you might use versus Manor tomorrow, which runs a very high-powered offense that is going to try to drain you with those full court and half-court presses. Green has it. He's got double digits now, and it's 90 for the Roadrunners. Near corner, Sitter, too long. Moving in now for the long two, no good there. John Bird, the first-year head coach, telling his men to slow down. 1 minute to play. A 32-point lead. The Roadrunners started the game down 6 and then had a 10-point run, and then they never looked back as Lassiter couldn't get the 3 to go there. Williams Bay moving in. Shot is no good. Baker's going to get another chance, and he's got it. 92-58. I mean, just really even scoring across the board. Wright almost stepped out of bounds. 9-second separation between the two clocks. Corner 3, over the rim, over the glass. And now one more chance. They're just going to let this one run out. So they wanted Williams Bay probably wanted the score, but he's kind of just teasing with it a little bit. And you can see even Eastern's having a little bit of fun with it as well. But they'll pull themselves off a little bit. And the final score tonight in the first round of the Roadrunner Classic will be the Roadrunners 92 and the Eagles 58. There was a little bit of banter right there at the end, but these two will shake hands, and the Roadrunners will be in the championship, which is not where they were last year. They win the opening round of the Roadrunner Classic, and the home team will go on to play the Mercer Vikings tomorrow at 4 p.m. The third place game is set, Eastern and Manor, and the championship game is set between RCSJ and the Mercer Vikings. So they'll talk things over. That'll be all for us tonight on Dan Wilkins Broadcasting. From our entire crew, our social media coordinator, Haley Mejia, our graphics crew, Gavin Van Rel, Caleb Lane, and Carson Rosso, my producer, Maddox Marker, I'm Dan Wilkins. We'll see you at 12 noon tomorrow for the women's standalone game that is separate from this tournament between the Roadrunners and the Mercer Vikings. Have a good one, folks.